Good Sunday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Reed Option, welcoming you to the divisional round this Sunday of the NAGA. We have a game that the matchup is very similar to a Week 8 game I commentated. The Virginia Beach Mariners taking on their divisional rivals, the Richmond Rockets. The series is split 1-1. Virginia Beach winning in Week 1 in overtime 34-31. And then I'm sure you all remember, very recent in memory, that Week 8 matchup in Virginia Beach, Richmond taking it 35-7. The difference being, of course, Virginia Beach starting their backups that week. So this is the true revenge match from Week 1. As far as I'm sure most of you Richmond fans are concerned, as well as you Virginia Beach fans. There's Ja'Cory Rowland taking the opening kickoff up to the 25. Great starting field position for the Rockets. It appears that for injuries this week, the Rockets are scot-free. They have no injuries. Virginia Beach suffering the injuries of two cornerbacks, Malcolm Riley and Jeremiah McClain. Riley being out until next week if they win this. McClain out for the rest of the season, unfortunately. So missing defensive backs here in this four wide receiver set there, as Wagner pitches it to Crockett. 3rd down and 3. Wagner once again under center, 4 wide receiver set, 1 running back for handoff up the middle. He breaks the first tackle and makes it past the first down line. Moving the chains, and Michael Wilmoth will come in. Looks like that was Malik Stewart on that low tackle there. Great effort by the running back for the first down. Paul Wagner motioning his man, dropping back to pass. No pressure, looking down to the left. Dawkins with the catch in the break of tackle. Tackle by number 28. Great catch. And first down by tight end Marquise Dawkins. Only running with 2 tight ends today, Marquise Dawkins and Tim Satterwhite. So we have a false start on Riley Chaffin. That'll move him back just a little bit following that first down. Back into their own territory. We are right around midfield here in the battle of the 2 Virginia teams in Richmond. Quite the rivalry that has started between these 2 teams. This just adding fuel to the fire. Both of these teams being expansion teams this year. Both of these teams having owners. I'm sure those owners have smack-talked each other quite a bit. We have a great competitive game here on Football Sunday. Hope you all have been enjoying the football so far this year and so far this week. Of course, to include yesterday's 2 games, what exciting games those were. A lot of offense. I know one of those games had over 1,100 yards of total offense. Wow. Let's see if we see something similar today. Paul Wagner 2 for 2 already with 21 yards. A deep throw. Double coverage. Looks like that was intended for Ja'Cory Rowland. Wide receiver 1 out of Auburn. We have a 4th and 9 situation. And they are not going to bring out Theo Klein. Looks like Neuenschwander will try to Kaufman corner it, but they'll wind up in the end zone. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Virginia Beach and their starting squad now taking the field. Corey Marshall, C4, as he is sometimes referred to as, coming out in essentially a 5 wide receiver set. Dropping back to pass. Great O-line coverage there. And Nashon Scott will get the first down on the first catch off the first play of the game. Virginia Beach wasting no time. Heading down. Let's see if they can continue this. Play number 2. 4 wide receiver set. This time Walker in the backfield, and Walker will take it, and he will have an open field in front of him, breaking the first tackle and being brought down eventually in enemy territory. Tackled by Jordan Damon. What a play by Eric Walker, 22-yard rush. And we are back in a 5 wide receiver set. Virginia Beach not planning to stop anytime soon. Looks like we have a potential offsides free play. Catch by Cameron Riddle down the middle. First down there, and they will probably decline this. We have 3 plays in a row for first downs. Riddle having missed most of the season due to injury. The former Austin Star hoping to win another championship, this time on another team. Corey Marshall, this time the handoff up the middle out of shotgun to Walker. Another first down. There has not been a single play that has not resulted in a first down from the Mariners so far this drive. What a high-octane offense. 5 wide receiver set. Riddle in motion. Still on the left side. Marshall dropping back. Plenty of time. Down the middle to Scott. Once again, another first down. It is hard not to be impressed by how they are just cutting through this Richmond defense like butter. 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Walker up the middle, and this time it will not result in a first down. Gain of 5 on the play. Forward progress for Eric Walker. We have not seen rookie Kamani Moore hit the field yet. Haven't seen Cameron Baskin either. Walker will ensure we don't need to see it. Touchdown upon the extension. He fought for it and got it. Eric Walker, touchdown on the opening drive for Virginia Beach halfway through this first quarter. The extra point will be kicked through by Reynolds. It is good. David Reynolds, the kicker from Akron. Reynolds has had a pretty decent season as a kicker. Let's not forget who got that touchdown. Eric Walker, that is his likely 6th or 7th touchdown. He had 4 in the regular season. Best running back for Virginia Beach in that running back duo. Kamani Moore, of course, being the other half of that duo. Moore has struggled with fumbles, but Walker tends to hold onto the ball just a little better. The screen pass goes to Guthrie in the backfield, and he will fight his way back up to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 0. I believe that tackle is by Jakeem Newkirk. And Walker will once again take shotgun formation. Crockett on his right. He'll drop back. And these offensive linemen are just putting up a wall. But Anthony Givens makes a great stop there. Catch by Marquise Dawkins. We'll have a 3rd down with a 5 wide receiver set. Paul Wagner likely expecting a blitz here, and they will see one, but he chucks it deep off the hands of the receiver and the defender. I believe the defender got a hand on it. Brandon Guthrie, the intended receiver. I believe Guthrie, speaking of rookies, as I was talking about earlier, yes, he is round 3 pick 64 from this past season's draft. The rookie seeing a lot of action, at least, balls in his direction today. And that return by Holyfield was met at the 39-yard line. And Virginia Beach will have the opportunity to go up 2 scores on the Rockets. Wow. Marshall back to pass. Still no pressure. Caught by Riddle. The man was on him. Impressive catch. That was James Callahan on the tackle and the coverage. Walker up the middle. What a lane created by that offensive line. This offensive line is primarily newbies. You have Damian Irwin, acquired in a trade from Raleigh, rookie this year. Brian Condon, the veteran. James Moeller, center, the rookie. Right guard Justin McLaughlin, another veteran. And then right tackle Patrick Engstrom, another rookie. Draft picks in the 2nd round, the 1st round, the 5th round. You have a lot of rookies in this offensive line with, of course, the two veterans to bolster it. Great foundations. And speaking of trade acquisitions, that is Shakir Burns, the former Florida Gator from Memphis. Great first down by Burns, and Marshall is having a perfect day today. Knock on wood. Eric Walker up the middle to get them just a little closer now that they're in the red zone. 14 yards until they see pay dirt. Single back formation. Marshall under center. Motioning Tyler Powers. And Walker is met abruptly in the backfield. Tackle for loss by Markel Sutton, the defensive tackle. 3rd and 6, and Kamani Moore will come to the backfield as the Mariners are in pistol formation. Moore couldn't see the lane as it was plugged by Antoine Kirkpatrick. 4th and 5, and the field goal unit will likely come out to still send us up by 2 scores, given that Reynolds kicks it through. Looks like a 35-yarder. It is straight down the middle. 34-yard field goal is good. And the Virginia Beach Mariners are dominating this game towards the end of the first quarter. The Atlantic Finals, Conference Championship, I should say, will be next week alongside the Pacific, where the winners of the games from yesterday and today will face off against each other to decide who goes to the championship, which we will air alongside a Pro Bowl this year. Not done last year in the NAGA, new thing that we're doing. So that should be exciting as well. We're hoping to get dual commentary potentially on both the championship and the Pro Bowl games. Should be fun. I know I'll be part of one of those commentary crews, if not both. So it'll be fun to watch, fun to commentate. Almost stopped in the backfield. Sherwin Crockett breaking 2 tackles, almost 3 tackles. Took a crew of men to take him down. Tyrone Shirley being the final one to take him. It's like Givens was hurdled there. 30-year-old out of Bama. One of the captains of this Virginia Beach defense. Handoff up the middle. Almost stopped again. Like that might have been Toussaint on that. But Jakeem Newkirk ended up tackling him, I believe, resulting in a 4th down. Yep, 4th and 6, gained of nothing. End of the first quarter, 10-0 Virginia Beach as they're about to receive the ball once again. And Neuenschwander will punt it straight down the middle to Brandon Holyfield. Holyfield not even getting close to breaking that tackle. Looks like he was crunched there. Jackery Rowland, or Ja'Cory Rowland, on the tackle there, wide receiver. Marshall starting off the drive from the 32, motioning Walker out to the right. And he will rush it for himself and fumble it, but he'll pick it back up. Wow, what a gamble by C4. Made the defense think, we're not running it, I'm sending all my receivers out. Just do a QB draw up the middle. What a play by Corey Marshall. And he will give it to Walker to get a first down and then enough yards for another one. Now into enemy territory already. If Richmond wants to stay in this game, they have to make a stop here, and they almost did with that forced fumble. It's like Pitzer's in, the fullback, Mr. Irrelevant, for blocking, but just too much pressure on Corey Marshall, and he will throw it away. 2nd and 10. First incompletion of the day. Pitzer being motioned out to the right. Walker, the man in the backfield. He'll get the handoff, have a blocker in front of him. 3rd down and 3 after the gain of 7. Walker having 10 rushes for 84 yards already. Marshall now 5 wide receiver set. Under center, taking the snap. He will see some pressure, throwing down the middle. Intended for Riddle. It looked like it was thrown just too far in front of him. 4th and 3. And I imagine we'll see the punter for the first time today. That is Hunter Waldorf. 26-year-old punter with the touchback, I believe. Yep. And Richmond will start it from the 20. Their first drive of the second quarter. Wagner in shotgun formation. Richmond looking to do with this game what Virginia Beach did with the Week 1 game. Virginia Beach started off down by, I believe, 10. And then brought the game back and won in overtime. Strickland, great catch on the right side. Cyrus Strickland. Young receiver getting the first down on his first catch of the game. I believe his first target, too. Completely different set here. Completely different formation. 2 tight end set. I formation. Definitely a run play. Expected, but they did have the blockers. And Strickland will be stopped just shy of the first. Crockett will receive the handoff once again. And there's the first down. Five wide receiver set this time for Wagner. Defense going heavy coverage. Looks like there's no one on McKittrick, though. First down, almost a touchdown. What a catch. What a deep bomb by David McKittrick. Blown coverage there on the defense. 47-yard reception. And I expect this will be just as easy as a handoff for the touchdown. Can't stop him, but they did. They did stop him. Holy crap. I thought he would have had it after that broken tackle in the backfield. Anthony Givens coming up with the stop, but I doubt it'll hold up for long. Michael Wilmoth now in the game. What will they try to pull here? I expect another run play. A pass play from the goal line. Incomplete. Looks like the receiver was out of bounds. That was Michael Wilmoth, the running back. All right, 3rd down and goal. Pistol form. Don't want to fail this, and they convert. Touchdown. Sherwin Crockett. This is a game now, ladies and gentlemen. The Richmond Rockets putting points up on the board here almost midway through the second quarter. And Theo Klein will send through the extra point. One of our many rookies today. Klein will boot the kickoff here to Powers. Powers up the right side, hurdling the first man that tries to tackle him. Working his way up to roughly the 30. First and 10, I formation for the Mariners, but Pitzer will be motioned out to the left. Handoff nonetheless up to Walker for the first down. Up to the 40. Gain of 11. As the clock keeps ticking. Go! Virginia Beach still. Whoa! Intended for Cameron Riddle. Almost intercepted. Didn't see who that was off the hands of. But that could have spelled a very different ball game. Looks like he had enough momentum to get a pick 6. Hand off to Walker after that scary interception scare. Wilkerson will have him stopped in the backfield. 3rd and 11. Marshall has 3 interceptions in the regular season. Not too uncommon. It's pretty down the middle with that. But you don't want to see one here in a playoff game where the stakes are so high. Walker will not be able to get the first down after that catch down the middle. It looks like Virginia Beach will have to punt it from their own 45. Waldorf with the punting unit. And that'll roll into the end zone. Touchback. Richmond with a stellar opportunity to go up in this game. Go! Play action from Wagner. Out to the left to Strickland. And Strickland will stop after a gain of 6. Clock still ticking now. Less than half of the second quarter to go. If you're Richmond, you really want to score here at least a field goal, because Virginia Beach gets the ball at the half. Hand off to Crockett. Crockett breaking free. Stopped after a huge gain up to the 39. Tackled by Tyrone Shirley. 1st and 10. Wagner motioning his man. Dropping back, no pressure across the middle. And there was the hero of the last drive. Pittrick only getting a gain of 1. Talking regular season, I mean, both of these teams had a lot of points for. Both are about middle of the pack in the league as far as offense and defense goes. Very evenly matched teams. Very evenly matched. Very similarly built teams as well with the running back duos. Their studded wide receiver cores and their youth that they boast. And there's an interception by Anthony Givens, the linebacker. The veteran, to turn the tides of this game. Anthony Givens. What a play. And then Eric Walker, right after the interception, goes straight into Richmond territory. Wow. I believe it was Gibbons' first interception of the season. And it wasn't. Riddle, wide open, touchdown! 2 plays and a touchdown for the Mariners. And Riddle hitting the Heisman pose. 2 plays for 60 yards after that 48-yard reception. And Reynolds will send it through, keeping the lead of 2 scores over Richmond. Potentially keeping this score 17-7 heading into the second half, depending on what Richmond decides to do here. It's those plays like that. I mean, we've seen it countless times in the NAGA where, a team has momentum in their own home stadium, or even at an away game, where a defender, whether they're known or unknown, is the sole person responsible for turning the tides. I mean, what comes to mind is the game I commentated, Baton Rouge and Louisville. Oh my goodness, who was that? Oh my goodness. Let me pull up the stats while I commentate. Wagner back to pass out to Crockett. 1st down the sideline. That was Sean Pendley with the scoop and 90-something yard score for the touchdown in overtime against the Redbirds, who had all the momentum going for them. Great catch, first reception by Taub there as we come up on the 2-minute warning. But yeah, Pendley, all the odds were against them, and it seemed like Richmond had the momentum heading into that drive, but now they're once again fighting an uphill battle. Wagner, the slow handoff. Looked like he was thinking about throwing a quick pass out to his left. But the handoff to Crockett was successful in getting the 1st down and moving the chains almost to midfield, as now the Rockets have a 5 wide receiver set. this dangerous wide receiver core against this beat-up cornerback room. Pass down the middle as opposed to chucking it deep. McKittrick getting tackled. I believe that was Anthony Givens as he is hyping up the crowd. Less than a minute and a half to go. Neither team burning their timeouts. Shout out to that stat line by David McKittrick.
Go.
I formation. Questionable decision as he decides to throw it short to Dawkins. No timeout burn yet. The tight end Dawkins getting the gain of yardage there. Wagner still looking to get a touchdown. So far this game almost had one with McKittrick. All those plays ago, and Brantley will give him the touchdown that he needs. Touchdown Rockets! Ellis Brantley breathing life into this Rockets team just before halftime. And Richmond will put it back within 3 points following this extra point by Klein. And Theo Klein will kick it back off with less than a minute to go. 3 timeouts on both sides as Tyler Powers fields this kickoff. Up the left. If he would have had that tackle break, I would have been fearful for Richmond. 33 with 35 seconds to go. Virginia Beach only up by 3. I expect them to run this clock out, but who knows what C4 has up his sleeve as he drops back to pass. Out to the right. First catch by tight end Trevor Robertson. I believe his first target as well. Gain of 4. Virginia Beach might be trying to make something of this drive. 5 wide receiver set. Marshall motioning Riddle a little closer to the center. The pressure is brought. Shakir Burns with the first down. And I expect a timeout from Virginia Beach, and they will do it. Looks like we have Virginia Beach fighting to keep that 2-score lead. Heading into halftime as they will get the ball back at the half. Running back on his left, fullback on his right, chucking down deep to Powers. First reception from Powers, the kickoff returner, and wide receiver 1. Second timeout from Virginia Beach, and they will at least get a field goal out of this possession. Granted, there's no fumble or interception. 3 receivers, a tight end, and Walker in the backfield. Out to his left, Cameron Riddle before stepping out of bounds. 10 seconds left to go in the half. Virginia Beach still 1 timeout. They will bring out Reynolds to send this game to a 6-point lead, and Reynolds misses it wide left. 41-yarder. They could have fought for closer field position, and now Richmond has a chance to just Hail Mary it. And they will.
Go!
What an insane turn of events. Ellis Brantley with the final catch of the half. And Virginia Beach will receive the ball being up by only 3 points. Richmond getting all of their points in the second quarter there. Exciting game still. Let's see what the second half has in store for us. As Richmond kicks it off to Virginia Beach. Now, I live on the East Coast. I believe I've mentioned I'm from Pennsylvania. It's pretty cold this weekend. A little rainy, a little dismal. I think there's a storm coming through. I forget what the name of the storm is. Ophelia. Yes, Ophelia. Hurricane Ophelia making its way up the East Coast. Making it a little dreary here. I was surprised the rain held off for this Virginia Beach-Richmond matchup. I formation, second down for Virginia Beach. Up at the 29-yard line. The toss to Walker results in negative yards. What a stop. And Wilkerson being a dominant force on this defense so far today. Dante Wilkerson, the strong safety. 3rd and 9 for the Mariners. And the pass will be caught by Riddle. Riddle being the favorite wide receiver today. And Virginia Beach rolling with the hot hand. That is Cameron Riddle. 5 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown. What a game from Cameron Riddle. I formation, another handoff to Eric Walker. Great block there. Who was that on the block? First down. That was James Moeller, the center. Brushing off his first guy and picking up the blocker. What a play. Walker having 127 yards today. Walker and Riddle being the clear stars, the clear studs of this Virginia Beach offense. Marshall thinking he has Powers. Touchdown, one-handed grab, Tyler Powers. What a pass. And that will give Virginia Beach the 10-point lead once again. Second touchdown of the day for Corey Marshall. And Reynolds redeeming his missed kickoff with a made extra point. I was not expecting him to catch that. He lunged for that with one hand. One-on-one coverage. Always bet on Tyler Powers. And Jacory Rowland with the response. He won't even make it up to the 15. He will make it to the 15, but wow. Looks like he was tackled by Brandon Holyfield. And Wagner will start the drive for the Rockets from the 15-yard line. All the receivers on his left as he hands it off to the right. What a gamble. And there is Joseph Toussaint. Adding a little bit of seasoning to the way I'm saying his name. Toussaint. French origin from his last name. And there's Tau. Up to the right. Slowly being brought down by Julius Kelsey. 3rd and 12. Yes, Toussaint is from New York. He went to UConn. But his family is from France. Hand off to Crockett to the right. Don't know who he just embarrassed. Looked like that was Toussaint. And Bramlett. Not expecting to see him rack up any stats today. That is cornerback Deshaun Bramlett making a significant stop there. Bramlett and James Floyd being the two elevations, both from South Carolina college teammates there. Replacing our two hurt corners today. A lot of corners on this roster. Last week we saw Jonathan Spate and Devontae Morton. A lot of corners on this team. I mean, you need a whole squad to get to a championship. Marshall dropping way too far back. Sacked, I believe, for the first time today. And there he is once again. That is Antoine Kirkpatrick, linebacker from Bowling Green. Second and very long. Second and a mile. And they will bring pressure again. The pass this time to Shakir Burns, and he will gain back most, if not all, of the lost yards. Yep, 3rd and 10. Great quick thinking there after the pressure was brought by Richmond. Burns going 3 for 3, averaging about 9 yards per catch. Marshall and pistol. Dropping back, having pressure again. Robertson catching it what seemed to be past the first down marker, but they will mark him short. I guess he made too many football moves before being brought down. Hunter Waldorf, he forced to punt this away. Great Kaufman corner. And Virginia Beach defense is eating very well so far this half. Wagner handing it off to Crockett to the left. Bit of a sweep there. Looks like Holyfield will tackle him after a gain of 7. Seems like college teammates tend to do very well together. Sherwin Crockett and Michael Wilmoth running back duo on this team are both from LSU, one of those football factory colleges. It's a good strategy. I know the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL like to draft their Georgia Bulldogs on that defensive line, and in general. But always good to pair up college teammates. Wagner dropping back to pass, looking to his right, wide open. There's Michael Wilmoth. Gain of 7. Second and 3, Wagner motioning Crockett. He will throw it to him. I believe it was a first down. Looks like too many football moves there again. Anthony Gibbons getting banged up. That leg injury. You hate to see it. Michael Wilmoth will fight for that first down. He will get it. First down from their own 38. Chains are moved. We will have a new set of downs for the Rockets halfway through the second quarter. Or third quarter. My bad. Hike. Wagner dropping back to pass. Almost sacked. Looks like, was that McKittrick? McKittrick cannot quite bring it in. Second and 10. Go! Richmond, hand off to Crockett. Crockett having a man with him. Ultimately being stopped after a gain of 2. Tyrone Shirley. 3rd and 8. Another third down awaiting this Richmond team. Wagner will have 3 men on his left, 1 man on his right, and he will throw to the man on the right. Triple coverage. Not sure why he wasn't looking left. It's like he had some men deep. Guess he didn't trust the hands that awaited him on the left side of the field. And that would result in a punt from Neuenschwander. This one might be downed. Oh my gosh. And it will be at the goal line. And here I am saying Virginia Beach is eating good. This Richmond defense has a chance to get the safety, then a touchdown, then a 2-point conversion. Let's see how quickly Corey Marshall can think. Almost stepping out of the back of the end zone, pulling to Dan Orlovsky. He chucks it deep to Powers, and Powers might have a 99-yard touchdown. He has the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Tyler Powers. 99-yard catch for the touchdown. That is an NAGA record. History was just made, ladies and gentlemen, and the Virginia Beach Mariners will go up by 17, courtesy of Tyler Powers. Wow. My blood is pumping. It's not just the coffee that I'm drinking right now. Tyler Powers, Shakir Burns, Cameron Riddle, Nashon Scott, Trenton Lawson, Cameron Baskin. I mean, you have a crew of receivers that are just built for championships, it seems. None of them over the age of 27. Few of them over the age of 25. What a receiver core that Corey Marshall has the pleasure of throwing to. I don't know how Ja'Cory Rowland got his head banged up. I don't believe he was involved in that play, but he will be sitting out for a play or two. Speaking of people that were banged up, Gibbons is back in the game. Wow, immediately met in the backfield. Looks like that was Mac Grimes, a man who also missed some time due to injury. Looks like this Virginia Beach team has a lot of people that miss time due to injury. I mean, the injury bug really hit Virginia Beach. There was talk of them firing their strength and conditioning coordinator. Great sack there, by the way, by Jakeem Newkirk. And Virginia Beach will likely get this ball back. And they will. And Neuenschwander will pick it right back off. The Wisconsin native. It's a Brandon Holyfield. And the spin move. Tackle broken from Taub. Will not get him much more yards. Or many more yards. Ball at the 37, Virginia Beach planning on bolstering this lead. Up by 3 scores. Great stop by Dante Wilkerson. Second down and 10. 3 receivers on the left. And it'll be a handoff up the middle. Eric Walker fighting for more yards. Jordan Damon on the stop. Gain of 6 there. 3rd and 4.
Go!
Corey Marshall dropping back. No pressure. Down the middle, Shakir Burns. Very consistent receiver there. I believe that's another 9-yard gain. I mean, he is just automatic. Always right where he needs to be. Speaking of automatic, 17 for 20, 335 yards and 3 touchdowns for Corey Marshall. What a stat line. Almost picked off, though. Could have been tragic. Robert Graham almost picking it off. Could have been the opposite of tragic for the Richmond Rockets. Virginia Beach obviously having a comfortable lead here. Hoping not to stop. I have a feeling if they get stopped here, they're going to try for the field goal. Reynolds is notorious for attempting very long field goals. It's like Will Lutz. And Pitzer will get his first handoff of the game. Mr. Irrelevant, the fullback, will get a first down to close out the 3rd quarter. 31-14 Virginia Beach. Richmond having yet to put a point on the board in any quarter other than the 2nd. And the first play from the 4th quarter. Corey Marshall handing it off to Eric Walker up to the left, reaching towards the sideline, getting a first down. First down once again for the Mariners. And the writing might be on the wall.
Go!
Eric Walker taking it up the middle. Another first down from the workhorse. That is Eric Walker.
Go!
Corey Marshall dropping back to pass, looking towards the end zone. Almost picked off in the breadbasket of the defender. Who was that? I'm looking on the sheet. I thought it said number 1. Anyways, Eric Walker up to the left for a touchdown. And that will pretty much put the game in the grave. As Walker puts his 2nd touchdown up of the day. And Virginia Beach will have Reynolds send it through there. Now up by 24 points. That is a 4-score lead. 4 scores in the 4th quarter. After that drive led by number 4. Looks like this game might be done for good. Looks like not many sponsors today other than the official ones from Axis Games. Quick shout out to Axis 24. Great game so far. Loving the way it plays. We are looking very much forward to playing on Axis 24 next season here in the NAGA. I believe Season 3 will start in October at some point, so stay tuned there. Maybe November. Not sure. Malik Stewart stoppage. Loss of 1. 9 tackles from him today. Paul Wagner dropping back. Open man down the field. That is Ellis Brantley. Gain of 5. Or 6. Gain of 6. 5 wide receiver set. Desperation mode for the Richmond Rockets. Hoping not to go 3 and out. Needing these points desperately. Wagner under pressure. Great catch by Cyrus Strickland. First down. Richmond. Hoping to still make this a somewhat worthy game. Wagner not surpassing 200 yards yet today. Wagner rolling out to his right after being under pressure. Wow. That was just an underrated play by Paul Wagner. And I guess we see it a lot from him. He's a great quarterback. That tackle was made by Tyrone Shirley after that catch by Ellis Brantley. But Wagner, great quarterback. I mean, if not for this, you know, super high-powered team that is the Virginia Beach Mariners, I mean, plus it might have been a strategic move by the Mariners to make the Rockets expect less of them, putting in all their backups in week 8. I mean, the Mariners are just a formidable opponent, and it'll be exciting to see them play in the championship game. Maybe I'll have the privilege of commentating that, maybe not. We'll see, I guess. Heading into this game, I was a little wary. I mean, I've commentated 2 Virginia Beach games, and they both resulted in losses. You know, I didn't want to be the guy that doomed the Virginia Beach Mariners, you know? If you give in to any of that mumbo-jumbo stats, you know, oh, this person, every time this person commentates this team, they lose. You know. Just one of those Amazon next-gen stats, you know what I mean? Walker up the middle. Looking to run this clock out and put this game on ice. Never mind. Not running the clock out. 5 wide receiver set. Walker now almost surpassing 200 yards. Riddle, another man I expect almost has over 200 yards today. First down. Hand off to Walker again. Walker getting closer and closer to that 200-yard mark for the day. Once again, I formation.
Go!
But for the pass, down the middle to Trevor Robertson. Second target of the day. Way overthrew him. Looked like the receiver couldn't quite run that fast. Looked like the defender ran just too fast. Marshall looking like he might have a 400-yard game today. Walker, gain of 3 or 4. 3rd and 6. Yeah, almost 200 yards for Walker. Will they feed it to him once again? No, they will not. Pass caught by Robertson. What an extension this time from the tight end. First down, Mariners. That catch be by Shakir Burns. Not quite a gain of 9 this time by Mr. Automatic Shakir Burns. Little slot receiver role that he's taken up here. Still roughly 8 or 9 yards per catch. Marshall dropping back to pass once again. This time looking to his left. Almost picked off. Off the hands of Antoine Kirkpatrick. A man who's all over the field today. Single back formation. Burns in motion. Marshall under center, giving it to Walker, and Walker will get more than he needs. I believe that puts him over the 200-yard mark, ladies and gentlemen. Will it? Yep, there he is. 200 yards, Eric Walker. Surprised Virginia Beach didn't stop the game for a moment to recognize it. Now let's see if Marshall gets his 400 yards. That'll be a little bit too far out of bounds. Not quite catchable. 2nd and 10. Yeah, it just needs a little bit more than 44 yards.
Tonight.
I doubt he will get that today. Does that send Walker back below 200 yards? That'd be interesting if it did. 3rd and 11. Less than half of the quarter to go. Powers in motion. Pistol formation for the Mariners.
Tonight.
Marshall looking, Powers his way. Picked off by Wilkerson. He's been all over his receivers today. And Dante Wilkerson finally comes out with an interception. And you're not too concerned if you're the Mariners, but if you're not Eric Walker, if you're Corey Marshall, you know, that puts a little bummer. Puts a little bit of a stain on your otherwise perfect stat sheet today. And Taub, the fullback, Max Taub, on the big 1st down. And the clock will stop. Paul Wagner, I mean, his sheet doesn't look too dissimilar from Eric Walker. Corey Marshall now. And Ellis Brantley will add some more to that. 2nd and 6. I don't expect many run plays this drive, as I don't think they want to run the clock out. Wagner. Flag on the play. Might be a holding, but Sherwin Crockett will make it out of bounds. Yep, holding by Michael Adamczyk. Sorry, Adamczyk.
Hike.
Wagner dropping back to pass, looking to his left. That is Dawkins. Is Dawkins going to fall out of bounds? He will, stopping the clock. Marquise Dawkins. The Mark Andrews of the league, really.
Tonight.
Wagner dropping back, looking to his right. Caught by McKittrick for the 1st down. David McKittrick.
Hike.
Wagner back to pass. Completely overthrew his man, but the clock doesn't stop. Oh, wait, sorry, the clock does stop. It doesn't keep going.
Go.
Wagner back to pass, under pressure, and he will be sacked for a huge loss of 11 by Jakeem Newkirk. 3rd and plenty long.
Go.
Clock ticking. Deep pass for all the marbles. 2nd and 21. Sorry, 4th and 21. 2:21 to go. And the Richmond Rockets will be forced to attempt to convert here. Can they do it? The man in motion. Wagner dropping back. He has plenty of time, but McKittrick was just a little too covered there. Virginia Beach potentially icing this one. Handoff to Walker. Gain of 1. Richmond will not call a timeout. We have the 2-minute warning upon us. Virginia Beach, being a low seed that they are, has not played a home game yet this playoffs, and depends on where the Super Bowl is played and who the higher seed is amongst the Super Bowl teams. We might see Virginia Beach rocking the white jerseys the whole playoffs. I'm a big fan of their blue, I gotta say. Wouldn't be surprised if I saw a new alternate next year with all blues. Maybe they'll be called Oceanic Blues. Oh my gracious, a 53-yard attempt by David Reynolds. What would it hurt? And it is good. 52-yard field goal made by David Reynolds. 41-14. You know, pretty visually appealing score. 41-14 being, you know, flipped. And Richmond will field this from their own end zone. Crockett breaking the first tackle, being tackled by Holyfield at the 18. I tell you what, anytime the Mariners kick it off, I don't think it makes it back to the 20. For the most part. Wagner. Down the middle. Crockett. Was that a DPI? Nope. Holding on Adamczyk again. 1st and 20. Pinning them deep back into their own territory. But they are not going out without a fight.
Go!
Wagner. Plenty of time. Down the middle. McKittrick completely outrunning Malik Stewart. And there goes the final timeout by Richmond. McKittrick putting up a pretty great stat line today. Nothing to be ashamed of. Wagner dropping back to pass again. This time a wide open Ellis Brantley. He will make his way out of bounds following the gain of the first, moving the chains.
Go!
Wagner intended. Who's that intended for? I believe that was Mr. Cyrus Strickland. Yes, indeed. Couldn't quite haul it in. Wagner motioning Brantley. Brantley running across the middle. Deep ball fired. Intended for McKittrick once again. 3rd and 10. Wagner dropping back to pass, looking deep. Caught by McKittrick, and McKittrick will have open field in front of him for the touchdown. That'll make the scoreboard look a little less visually appealing, but for the Richmond Rockets, you know, being down by, you know, less than 3 scores looks a lot better than being down by over 3 scores, you know? And I predict an onside kick here. 3 touchdowns required from the Rockets. This might determine how likely that is. And Williams will have that pretty handily. George Williams. First time he's touched the ball today. There's one more kneel, and this game will be over. And Virginia Beach, in their first season in the league, will advance to the conference championships for the Atlantic Conference.
Tonight.
There we are. What a game. What an offensive battle. Interception on each side of the ball. Eric Walker over 200 yards today with 2 touchdowns. I'd be inclined more so to say Corey Marshall was player of the game, though. 3 touchdowns, 356 yards, especially that record-setting play. 556 yards of total offense for the Mariners. 2 sacks. I mean, look at that. Tyler Powers, sorry, a 100-yard catch for a touchdown. 173 yards. I mean, it is hard to point out a receiver on the Virginia Beach Mariners that didn't have a hell of a game There's Riddle, 93. Burns, 43. Powers, 173. I mean, Robertson, Scott. There was not a receiver that caught the ball that didn't make a huge contribution. Insane amount of tackles, I mean, interceptions. Like Greg Williams had, or George Williams had one defended pass. Just an overall great team effort from the Mariners. Wagner not doing too shabby himself. Not a lot of rushing involvement from Wilmoth. Looks like McKittrick was the clear player for the Richmond Rockets, their player of the game. Surprising performance by Taub. Corey Rowland held to nothing. And there you have it. Great game of football. Another great game coming up tonight. I am also commentating that. A lot of great games yesterday. Please tune in to the rest of the games in this season of Season 2 of the North American Gridiron Association. I'm Reed Option, and I will see you next time.